Dave Neal alongside former Gator and SEC great Patrick Young. After having a week off and that loss to Texas A&M, this is an opportunity for them to hit the reset button. We'll see if that pays off here this afternoon. Boy, so much basketball talent on the floor in this game. Maybe the best game of the weekend right here in Gainesville.
I would say, especially with what's at stake. Tournament bid for the Gators.
Clayton pulls up, knocks it home. Fourth in the conference and three-pointers made. That's his 54th of the season.
I got to tell you, Walter Clayton Jr. lacks zero confidence.
He gets the Gators started off on the right note. Here's Johni Broome, misfires that rebound into the hands of Micah Handlockton. Zion Pooling. Second in the conference in assist is Zion. Handlockton. That one's batted around and deflected in the backcourt. They're going to say back court violation. But there is Bart Lennox coming over to converse with Don Daly. They get the call right. It was tapped by Auburn.
I'm certain Auburn, to start this game, is going to bring out an immense amount of pressure. They feed off turnovers by forcing them, but if the Gators are able to continue to attack the basket and take good quality shots, it'll slow down any transition opportunities.
Pulling to the basket. And the Florida Gators come into this game second in the conference in offensive rebounds, and they get their first second chance points.
Point guard comes in there and grabs one. How about that?
Pulling averaging 5 assists per game and 4 rebounds. That's off the mark. Handlockton with the rebound.
I've got to say, I really love this lineup with Tyrese and Handlockton now that he's found his rhythm and role with the team. Protects the basket, finishes around the rim, doesn't foul.
Pulling right to the basket. Flew right past Jalen Williams. What a start for the Gators.
Where's Auburn going to find the basket here?
Inside it goes. Chris Moore back out to Jones. That's too strong. A rebound, Handlockton.
A lot of settling right now for Auburn. Nothing to the basket. No post touches.
Samuel took it right to Johni Broome. The Gators have hit 4 of 5 to start this game. Meanwhile, Auburn has yet to find the bottom of the net. And they'll have to wait another trip.
Florida will live with Auburn settling for three-pointers all day long. Not that they can't make them, but they're not creating any disadvantages right now to make those into good shots.
Samuel left hand won't go, but he'll head to the free throw line. Tyrese Samuel, the grad transfer out of Montreal, transferred in from Seton Hall, where he spent 4 years with the Pirates, averaging 13.5, 8.5.
What's so incredible about Tyrese Samuel? 4 years at Seton Hall, he had a total of 8 double-doubles in those 4 years. You know how many he has in this season alone? 9.
He has 3 games with 20 points and 10 rebounds.
Wow.
I mean, 2010 games are pretty impressive coming into this league.
I don't want to speculate, but we might be undefeated or the Gators might be undefeated when he does 20 and 10.
Can't get it to go. That rebound pulled out of there by Chaney Johnson. Auburn 0 for 4. They've missed all 3 of their 3-point attempts.
Hopefully they can look for something at the basket, a post feed, some penetration. There it is.
Well, there's your post feed right to the right guy, and Johni Broome making a play for SEC Player of the Year. Johni averaging 16 points, almost 9 rebounds a game for Auburn. Samuel drops that shoulder right into the chest of Broome, and Broome says, not today. Trey Donaldson will back it out. The sophomore out of Tallahassee, Florida. Chaney Johnson. That won't go. Rebound to Clayton Jr. Boy, double dribble by Tyrese Himmer. Well, the Gators off to a great start.
Yeah.
You know, I can see that.
Everything you just said, putting that into full circle, is just amazing to be right here in this moment that the teacher and the mentor and the student are going up against each other and really competing so far.
Well, hand locking has certainly been a factor in this game early on, bringing some of that physical play into the post area. And there is a foul on Clayton as he hits the deck, and he'll head to the free throw line. Boy, this Florida team coming off a tough loss to Texas A&M. They really looked good in the first half of that game. Felt like they were on their way to a victory, led by as many as 13. But the second half, the dynamic changed. The game slowed down right into what Texas A&M was looking for. A&M actually outshot them at the free throw line, 20-2 in the second half. And the Aggies went on to pull the upset over Florida.
Well, watching that game, it seemed as though the second half, A&M really turned up the heat with their defensive pressure. Florida was having to start their offense not in the position or right across half court, forces you to settle, forces you to throw up shots that aren't the highest percentage. And on the other end, Boots Radford, he was playing like a man possessed. No one could stop him every possession.
26 in that game for Radford. Gators did have a couple of chances to win it at the horn, just couldn't get a shot to drop. And there's another turnover that'll give it back to the Gators, up by 9. This Auburn team is one of the best defensive teams in the country. They have the second best opponent's field goal percentage. They keep their opponents under 38% from the field, but Florida's off to a 4-for-6 start.
Good little adjustment here from Coach Pearl, putting some full court pressure.
Clayton gets it to Condon. Little touch pass inside out to Kugel, who will kick it to Clayton, who can't get it to go. Rebound into the hands of KD Johnson. Holloway has that one blocked by Kugel.
Hand logging without about shooting that one.
Boy, nice little layup from Zion Pullen, averaging 15 points to lead for the second best totals on this team behind Clayton.
You know, mistakenly, the first time I watched Zion, I thought he was 6 foot. A shorter guy that could just have, and when I learned that he's 6'4" with the amount of quickness he has, I said, oh man, we got a stud.
In and out, rebound ripped out of there by Chaney Johnson. KD Johnson back the other way, doing what he does.
That is what
taking it
he
to the basket.
does right there. Is there any player more expressive than KD Johnson in the SEC?
The many faces of KD Johnson. Had to adapt to his new role. Minutes are down this year in his final season with Auburn, but has embraced it and still a team leader. And no matter what happens in terms of his statistics, he comes with 100% energy.
Every time. He wants to win. I think that is, you know, you look at Coach Pearl's team, and he said maybe there's not an NBA Pearl on this team, but they are so locked in to each other and everyone's sacrificing. That's the right reason he can play 10 guys 15 minutes or more. There's no drop-off on the energy level from this team.
Zion Pullen, guarded by Williams. Now they switch it to Cardwell. Pullen baseline. Kugel wide open for 3, and he buries it.
In my mind, I was thinking that was a terrible possession because the ball had not moved. Only one man was dribbling the basketball, but because he was able to get 2 feet in the paint, it opened up that wide open opportunity for Riley Kugel.
Kugel hit 3 of 6 against Texas A&M last weekend from behind the arc. Shot clock in single digits. The freshman Holloway out to Williams. 3 on the shot clock. Just launches it. Thought there was a foul. Cardwell there for the offensive rebound. Loose ball. And that'll be a foul against Thomas Houck.
I don't think the fans are going to like that one very much. There was contact.
.20 on the shot clock. That one deflected by Richard out of bounds.
Auburn has to find a way to get the ball in the paint. Even if it's not a shot, it brings the defense in to open up something else. Settling a little too much for the outside jump shot.
Here's Holloway, the young man out of Charlotte, North Carolina, the 5-star point guard. Little step back won't go, but they're going to say a foul on the rebound against Florida. Cardwell in there causing some problems.
Speaking on in relation to KD Johnson taking a lesser role, as you mentioned earlier, Dylan Cardwell's taking a back seat as well. He's never been a guy that's really started for Auburn. You got Walker Kessler, Jabari Smith, Janai Broome, but he comes in giving 1,000% every game.
Tapped around, and there's Cardwell. Back to KD Johnson, lines up a 3, and he rips it. First 3 of the game for the Tigers. And tells these rowdy reptiles behind us to keep it down. Maybe not the smartest move. Kugel battling KD Johnson. He thought he might have had a steal there for a moment.
Last thing you want is a KD Johnson to get fired up.
Pull in. Oh. Zion pulling 39% from behind the arc, his 20th make of the year.
Seems to be no answer for Zion pulling thus far.
Holloway took it right into the tall timber, but there is Williams. He can't get it to go. Tapped around to Kugel. Bodies flying all over the place. Shot missed. Kugel. We'll slow it down for just a second. I mean, just a second as he lets a 3 go.
That's still a good look.
Williams. No good. Thought he was bumped again.
Williams has been looking for the whistle a little too much these last few possessions.
Boy, the pace is frenetic. Back and forth we go. Kugel strong to the basket. Foul by Cardwell, and he'll be at the free throw line when we come back. Zion Pullen has been sensational to start this one. He's hit 4 out of 5 shots, has a couple of assists, 9 points to lead Florida. He's 12th in the conference in scoring, 2nd in assists, 5th in minutes played. I mean, he is a complete package. What makes him such a super talented player at this level?
Well, the number one thing you have to look at is his age, his maturity. He's been in college basketball for a while.
You talk about Mr. Consistency. Kugel at the free throw line. Boy, they'd love to have him develop some consistency this year.
Absolutely. I think it's been a little bit difficult for Riley to figure out how do I find my role in this team where you have a guy like Walter and Zion that are experienced, that know how to get to their shots, that fit to the style of play, finding other ways to help the team win. He's improved so much. Defensively, on the glass.
Going to be knocked out of bounds by Florida. It'll stay with Auburn. 17 on the shot clock. So I ask you this. Obviously, Auburn has put up 16 shots already, but only made 4. How do they find some success?
The best way to find success, well, usually Coach Pearl is so awesome in these after timeout play calls. But Florida's done a fantastic job guarding those thus far. Getting to the basket, It's difficult with the length of the Gators. Hand locking, 7 foot. Alex Condon, 6'11". Hall, these guys are fearless, trying to protect the rim as much as possible. Keeping Auburn in the half court versus allowing them to be in transition, creating turnovers. This is not the style of play Auburn wants to play.
Williams coming off a career-high 26. Can't get that to drop. Sandel there for the rebound.
That's just a very difficult look, low percentage shot, and that was the best shot they could find there.
In and out. There's Broom with the rebound. Fending off 2 white jerseys. Here's Jalen Williams. Back to Janai. Auburn has it at a point. 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Nothing's being created there.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
The ball stagnant. The ball was stuck at the top of the key. Nobody's open. There's no cuts. There's no screening. What is the identity for Auburn? Who do they need to be to get back into this game?
Boy, not a good entry pass. Tapped away there by Handlocked and back the other way for Kugel. Look out below. Riley Kugel is in the house.
What a pocket pass. How about the bounce pass in transition?
7-0 Gator run. Jones. Williams trying to get it to Broom. Double team him, forcing him out to the perimeter. Cross-court pass to Berman. 3 on the shot clock. And they're going to say a whistle. They're going to say a tie-up. Let's go back to that last offensive play by Florida.
That was a perfect textbook pocket pass for Kugel right there with the strong finish.
And shot clock violation. There was less than a second on the shot clock, and Chris Moore, I don't think, realized it, and the Gators will get the basketball back.
When something like that happens, that's got to really irk the coach of, we're not locked in, we're not aware of the present moment.
Clayton trying to get past the double team, and he does so. Boy, you just wondered. We asked the question, and obviously the answers are we're going to be ready to go, but just the intensity of the Wednesday game versus Alabama as Walter Clayton Jr. knocks home another one.
The red carpet was rolled open for him right there.
But you just wonder, all the emotion, the energy of that game, how would it impact this game on the road? Johnson fires. That's a tough shot.
Tough shot.
Chaney Johnson averaging a little less than 4 a game with the toughest shot of the day so far. Quiets the crowd for a moment.
The narrative for this Auburn team was that they would struggle. They have struggled on the road up until that Ole Miss game. And even in the first half of that Ole Miss game, they were getting dominated. So you can't count Auburn out. The second half, they sometimes are a second half team. But right now, they need to take care of the basketball.
Donaldson chasing Kugel down and knocks it out of bounds. A frustrating first half to this point for Trey Donaldson, who's coming back to his home state. He and Janai Broom, both from the state of Florida.
I think they both have a lot of family and friends here in attendance to give them some support. He's got great touch around the basket. As a freshman, to have the poise that he has, the moves that he uses within the games has impressed me so much. Not because he's incapable, but as a freshman, to have poise and touch around the basket.
And Janai Broom is fouled on the way up. That'll get us to our under 8 timeout. Gators up by 17. Kugel doing his thing. Gator fans might recognize that young man. Anthony Richardson in the house. And Jalen Williams put on a show against Alabama on Wednesday.
Did they ever?
Don't forget, our only game on Wednesday, right here on the SEC Network. Top 15 matchup. Meechie Johnson, South Carolina against that man, Johni Broome, and Auburn. Coverage begins 8:30 Eastern from Neville Arena on the loveliest village on the plains. Gamecocks have now won 7 straight games after a victory over Vanderbilt today in Columbia.
They've been a fun team to watch. And I would say the last 3 or 4 games, Meechie Johnson has not been playing well.
But that just shows the depth and balance that this South Carolina team possesses here in 2024.
And how about this? Auburn switching into a little bit of a zone.
Didn't hit the iron, and that'll be a shot clock violation, but the Tigers come away with the basketball anyway. Out to Johni Broome, hustles down the floor. Spins baseline, kicks it out. Donaldson for 3, in and out. Tapped around and kept alive. Here goes Johnson. That won't go, but a foul in the process. So a much more aggressive.
Much more aggressive right there. That sequence defensively and offensively, this Auburn team looked a lot different than what we saw these first 14 minutes.
Jamie Johnson out of Alabaster, Alabama. 6'7", 220, transferred in from Alabama Huntsville, where he spent 3 years. Matter of fact, he grew 4 inches in his 3 years in Huntsville.
What?
That'll get you to a power conference school.
Oh, absolutely.
Averaged 16 points a game the last couple of years at Alabama Huntsville.
We're looking at a 2-3 kind of matchup zone from Auburn right now. Haven't seen Auburn play a lot of zone in general, but typically to beat the zone, you can shoot your way out of it, obviously, from the three-point line, or you get the ball to the middle, and it just opens up and creates a disadvantage.
Loose ball still on the deck, picked up there by Johnson, gets it to Donaldson. Up ahead, Johni Broome. Johni throws it down over Clayton and then looks at him.
Ooh. Ooh.
If I'm Walter Clayton Jr., I might want to sit that one out. So
you're right. I mean, Johni was a little bit too far in front. And I want kids that are watching this that hopefully get that ability to dunk the basketball one day. 2 hands to the basket. If Johni goes up with 1, he probably does not finish that.
Pulled and got popped there by Donaldson. Condon. And that's going to be a 3-second violation.
Can't you just see the energy of Auburn's defense team right now, especially on the defensive side? They're flying around. Nothing is easy. As soon as the ball gets to the paint, Condon saw 3 Auburn defenders right around him for a quick second.
Auburn on a nice little 5-0 run to cut this to 12. Baker Mazzara off the rim. You know, I shot for about 20 minutes on that basket down there, and I figured I'd loosen the bolts up. I'm surprised those things aren't rattling in. Condon, a little too strong, gets it back, goes back strong off the window.
Poise, doesn't get rattled. Maturity from this freshman that used to play Australian rules football.
Johni Broome. His pass deflected and taken away by Pullum. Todd Golden says, pick up the pace. Clayton obliges to the rim. Won't go.
Get it out.
3 on the way from Richard is short. So a couple of looks by Florida. Nothing to show for it.
Auburn's best bet to stop the bleeding and to stay in this game, take care of the basketball. Shots not falling right now, but you don't want to hurt yourself more by just giving away free baskets.
A good reach in there by Donaldson. It's a foot race with Condon. Donaldson wins that race and gets the layup.
I blinked and he was at the basket. Holy moly, that's a blur.
Auburn with a quick timeout after that layup. There is Trey Donaldson, who you never know. You never know.
You never know, you're right.
Walter Clayton Jr. was a big-time recruit as a wide receiver and defensive back.
Now it looks as though Auburn's going to a 1-3-1.
And Samuel had an easy layup. I don't know that they'll be in that very much longer.
Well, I'm curious with their 1-3-1, having KD Johnson in the middle versus having a big guy might make it a little more difficult with the size. Oh, there he is.
KD Johnson explodes to the rim, is pushed to the back, and will head to the free throw line. KD Johnson, 79% at the line. And KD has hit 3 of 3 from the field. He leads Auburn in scoring off the bench. Samuel.
Too small.
Gets it back.
Get in the post. Oh my goodness.
Spins into traffic and a foul. Well, there was a definite mismatch. Aiden Holloway is 6'1". Samuel goes 6'10".
I don't think hugging is allowed in basketball, but that was something right there.
It's almost Valentine's Day.
It's almost there.
That'll work on Wednesday. So Tyrese Samuel to the free throw line where he's just 55%. He's been to the free throw line 102 times on the year, but looked good on that shot.
I would like to see his percentage from mid-season up until now. I know he's improved a lot.
Hey, don't forget, every Thursday on the SEC Network and the ESPN app, we'll have a women's basketball doubleheader featuring the second game at 9 o'clock Eastern. Vandy and Texas A&M coming your way from College Station. And Lockton pokes that away.
Another careless turnover. Fortunately, it didn't lead to an immediate easy basket.
And a tie-up. Cardwell bringing the energy.
Because Janai can knock down the three occasionally.
Yeah.
He's a great passer. Tolu, it was one of the last time they played, Tolu just bodied Janai Broome under the basket for an easy basket.
Jalen Williams picks up that foul. That's his first. Gators shooting 48%. Auburn at 30%.
And you know who else I'd probably put in the conversation that hasn't had a great game these last few? Jonas Aidoo. What a jump he's made this year.
Zion pulling, little floater in the lane. Now has double figures in all 20 appearances this season. The 5th Gator since 96-97 with a 20-game double-figure scoring streak. Johnson misses for the first time this afternoon, and a foul on Cardwell. Okay, actually, a foul. Take that back. A foul was against the Gators. Thomas Houck. That'll be his second.
That's a foul.
Yeah.
Good call.
Missed free throw, knocked out of bounds, giving it to Florida.
Auburn shooting a abysmal 30% from the field right now. 1 of 11 from the three-point line, but what are they doing great? They are attacking the glass, attacking the offensive rebound, getting extra opportunities. Hopefully, for them in the second half, the ball is going to start to drop a little bit better for them. If they just keep that intensity and slow Florida down, there's a chance. The zone defense that they were in earlier seemed to cause some issues to Florida. But we'll see how long that lasts.
Gators leading the country in rebounds. averaging over 44 a game. And a reach-in foul way away from the basket. And foul goes against KD Johnson.
Dave,
His first.
Isn't it amazing that every player thinks they don't foul?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nobody put a body on Handlockton, and he had the easy putback. Cardwell. Williams. KD Johnson pulls up.
Jalen Williams probably should have stayed with that matchup and took it inside on the freshman.
Pulling. Nice pass to Kugel. Little too strong, but the follow is there from Micah Handlockton.
Here it comes. Here comes the atmosphere.
KD Johnson. Boy, he's getting after it. 10 points now for KD. Handlockton. Nice pass to Kugel.
This last sequence of about 2 minutes has been the best I've seen Florida's offense flow and play off of each other. Their identity on the glass, to the basket, unselfish play.
Handlockton with the block shot. Here's Clayton. And a foul against Dylan Cardwell. Just no answers for Auburn right now.
It just seems like the Auburn Tigers are a little tired.
Handlockton finishing off that play with a block shot. As Clayton to the free throw line at 80% this year, knocks that one home. He led the country in free throw percentage last year, 95%. He was 102 of 107 at the free throw line.
What an asset. Not only can he be the leader and be aggressive on the offensive side, when he gets fouled, might as well put those 2 points on the basket.
I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx, by the way. I might be the only one. But if there is such a thing, we just did it. Donaldson spins in traffic.
Stay down. Stay down.
And traveled.
So that was, I don't know if you noticed that earlier. Coach Pearl pulled a full 5-man switch out.
Timeout, 30-second timeout, taken by Florida.
The fans won that game for us.
Partially blocked, I believe, inside by Chaney Johnson. And then a foul by Florida with 36 seconds to go. Micah Handlockton will pick up that foul. That'll be his first.
I think we got a 1-on-1 situation here.
We do. That is the 9th team foul. 17 fouls against Auburn.
Pretty clean game.
A far cry from on Wednesday night when Alabama set a school record for free throws made in an SEC game when they went 40 of 50 at the line.
Made and taken, right?
Yep. 40 of 50.
As an official, I will have to say, are we doing something wrong here?
And Janai misfires, but there's the putback by Chaney Johnson. Counted, and he'll have an opportunity for a three-point play.
I think every Division I, not just Division I, NBA coach, every coach on every level cannot stand giving up an offensive rebound on a free throw. It should not happen.
Will Richard picks up that foul. His second and the three-point play by Johnson. Chaney Johnson with 6 rebounds, 6 points here in the first half. Chaney came in averaging 3.5 points and rebounds. Boy, Auburn averaging 83 points a game, sitting on 26 right now in the first half. There's about 5 seconds separating the game clock and the shot clock. Katie Johnson defending Pullen. They switch it on the perimeter. 2 seconds. Pullen off to Cougar, who just launches it. Hits the rim, though. 2 seconds. The heave from Baker Mazzara, no good. But what a half for the Florida Gators.
Well, the thing about Jalen is that he has the capability of affecting the game in so many ways. He doesn't have to just score, but he's too good of a player to be held to 0 points and 1 rebound right now.
And a quick foul. That'll go against Walter Clayton Jr. That'll be his 3rd.
One thing I love about the coaching ability of Bruce Pearl, he can draw up quick hitter plays to get a good look. It might not always go in, but it is a design that his players have to execute. Have to be mentally focused and locked in, set the screens, be in the right position. Keep an eye on that.
Denver Jones. And one more coming for Denver, the transfer from FIU, 1,000-point scorer in his career, which started at FIU, first team all-conference last year, where he averaged 20 points a game, 25th in Division I.
Ooh.
Clayton Jr. still on the floor with those 3 fouls. Will head to the free throw line. Williams will pick up the foul. Nice conversation with him today. He is a very energetic young man.
Right.
Such a positive spirit about him.
And it was interesting. Coach Golden came over and you were beginning to ask him some questions, and Walter just came over and he and I talked for about 25 minutes, and that's the first real interaction I had with him. Very humble. Talked a lot about his experiences under Coach Pitino, how hard he was coached there and prepared him for being here and being a leader.
Rebound, the deckhand locked and battling. Chris Moore on the floor as well.
Love to see that toughness. That's the SEC right there. But what I really took from the conversation with Walter was that he knew the things that the team needed to improve on actively.
Who wants it more?
Who wants it more?
The arrow favored the Gators, so they have the basketball. Just underway in the second half.
Okay, sounds good.
Clayton pulls up and knocks home a 3. 14 points for Walter Clayton.
This team goes as the 2 guards go, Zion Pullen and Walter Clayton. They do it on both sides of the court. They get to the basket, free throw line, run the offense.
Samuel. Oh, that's a tough shot from the SEC logo. A little floater for the big man.
Great touch. That was a shot I didn't learn to develop until later in my career, because sometimes you're not close enough for a hook shot and you're too far away for a jump shot. So a nice little floater.
Sinai spins on a hand lock and has that one blocked, and it'll be last touch by Micah. It'll stay with Auburn with 8 on the shot clock.
This is exactly what I was predicting coming into this game. Look, Johni Broome does a fantastic job in the post, but I knew he would struggle with the length of Micah hand-logging today. That's not the first time he's had difficulty scoring over length.
Williams Tough shot. Got that one to go. He's finally on the board. His first field goal, 1 of 6 this afternoon.
I think I heard the glass shatter
There is
off of that lefty.
no lid on the rim now for Jalen Williams. See if that gets him cranked up. 17:55 to play. Clayton. Step back for Clayton coming off a game where he only had 8 points, which tied his season low against Texas A&M, is answering the call today. Up to 16.
If you want to know what a competitor looks like, watch Walter Clayton Jr. There's no matchup that he doesn't think he can win.
Foul on Richard, his third.
Clayton gets just a sliver of space off this to open up that mid-range jump shot. That's all he needs.
Janai Broome with 5 points. Here's Jones. He rattles that one in. That is Auburn's second 3 of the game.
It was a great look in motion off of a screen.
Samuel. The tap by Richard. Keeps it alive. Hangs in the air and got it.
Wow. That's what I love so much about watching players like a Will Richard, that he has the ability and skill to score more points, to take more shots. But he said, you know what? I want to win. How else can I help my team? I'm going to get on the glass. He defends well. He takes good quality shots. He runs his lane. He does his job.
Micah Handlocker with some good defense. Boy, he's been a factor in this game. You may not see it necessarily in his point production. Oh, Gators feeling it now.
I think the mid-range is coming back into popularity here in basketball. For a while, the mid-range jump shot was a no-no. Layups and dunks.
Foul against Samuel. He and Baker Mazzara having a little chat.
Look at that. Takes his time through the contact to go up and finish that. Of course, players always want the foul when there's any type of contact.
His first basket today for Richard. Came in averaging almost a dozen a game. Jones. Ooh, tried to throw one down off the back of the rim. It'll go to Florida. Good night for Auburn in Auburn. So only a day and a half maybe to really kind of lock in on this Florida team.
Absolutely, and want to go back again to saying, I know these coaches do a fantastic job preparing their guys, but at some point, it could be something as simple as the Gators refresher. 2 days versus 5.
There's Kugel. Pull-up jumper. That is another 3 for Florida. Their 6th of the game.
That's one thing about Riley Kugel. When the offense might seem to be stagnant and that you can't find something, he can create within himself.
Dylan Cardwell slips down to the low post and throws that one down. Seen him do that a bunch in his career. Here's Kugel.
Foul.
And got it! Oh my goodness! Hello, Riley Kugel.
I called it before the whistle. That was clear. That's awesome. The rare 4-point play opportunity.
Kugel 3 for 5 from behind the arc. He's got 15 points, looking for 16. And has it. And if this is the Riley Kugel we're going to see down the stretch for Florida, keep your eye on the Gators.
I can see that he's not forcing anything. He knocked down the first one. You can argue that second 3 wasn't a great shot, great look, but he just knocked one down previously. It looked beautiful going off his hands.
Is it heat check time for Riley?
I thought it was going up right there.
I'll try to bounce pass it through the legs of Chaney Johnson. 20 on the shot clock. 16 for Kugel coming off the bench. The sophomore out of Orlando, Florida. Now a dozen games with double figures. Had a high of 25 this year against Baylor.
Oh, what a tough loss that one was. That's why this game right here is so important. Quad one opportunity to solidify a spot in the tournament.
Pulling back to Clayton. 5 on the shot clock. Trying to get past Cardwell. Pulling fires away for 3 off the front of the rim. KD Johnson. KD provided a spark in that first half. Oh, what a spin move. And a bounce pass a little tough to handle for Cardwell.
Turnovers are killing Auburn.
Clayton, foul. Nine turnovers for Auburn, just 3 for Florida. As you look at the Gators' resume, and that quad one record of 1-7 kind of jumps at you, but obviously some opportunities. They've got 2 games left with Alabama.
Yeah, it's tough to win on the road at Bama, that's for sure. But you see these 7 losses, all the losses are quad one opportunities. Only maybe the Ole Miss game was one that they just had no chance. Every other game, they've been right there in the mix. So but that's speaks so much about the SEC in general. The fact that you have this number of quad one game opportunities means this league is strong.
You know, go back 7, 8, 9 years ago, and if you didn't load up in quad one games in the non-conference, you only had a couple chances in league play.
Right?
Not anymore. Oh, that's a nice take right to the rim. Goes Chad Baker-Mazara.
You can look at the ACC right now. Duke and North Carolina are the only ranked teams. I would just, for any program or any coach, I would just hate to be in that position where you're hoping you get some help from other teams.
There's Riley Kugel's dad has to be happy with the way his son has performed here this afternoon. Riley with 16 points, a couple of rebounds. 3rd foul, by the way, on Condon, so he heads to the bench. But Kugel's a difference maker. We talked about it, had to kind of adjust his mentality coming off the bench this year. And played well at Texas A&M. And Todd Golden told me before the game today, hopes that maybe that's the carryover, the beginning of a new Riley.
Yes. We always have to take in perspective. We're dealing with 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old young men that are still developing, going through some things that may be uncomfortable, but they're growing through them as well. And it takes time. Everybody develops in their own time.
Cardwell with a foul. That'll be his 3rd. Boy, Auburn has just been so good this year. 19-4, 8-2 in league play. Came into this one as one of 6 teams to rank among KenPom's top 20 in offensive and defensive efficiency, and the only team in the top 10 in both of those categories. Those numbers haven't been reflected today as Kugel slips to the basket for the lay-in. Boy, you don't see that very often against a Bruce Pearl.
No, you don't.
They are one of the better defensive teams on inbound plays.
On the offensive side, they're one of the best, but Florida has stopped every inbounds play thus far.
Wrapped around and...
Wow.
Well, Auburn was on the sideline. I don't know if that was KD Johnson or Chad Baker-Mazara, but one of them was on the sideline. Denver Jones checking in for KD.
I gotta say, game's not over. You know, Florida had Georgia up by 21 a few weeks ago. Georgia came back and put that game in overtime. But this Gator team is supposed to be up 30 points on a really good Auburn basketball team.
The tap wouldn't go for Thomas Houck. Boy, a foul. Johni Broome trying to post up. He just shakes his head. That's his second.
I think I missed that one.
12 minutes to play. It'll belong to Auburn. Google can't handle it, and that'll get us to our under 12 media timeout. One of the few times Florida. Johni throws it down over Clayton. But the follow is there from Micah. And got it! Hello, Riley Kugel.
Or continue to improve on as they've done in this game. Only 4 turnovers. Only 4 turnovers. If they can keep it under 10, and I won't say they have to make 10 threes a game, it doesn't hurt you to make 10, but making 7, shooting 50%.
Samuel picks up the foul. That'll be his third. And that'll get Denver Jones back to the free throw line. How about this starting lineup for Auburn? Shockingly, with that basket, now only 16 points. The bench has produced 25 for Auburn. Johni Broome, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Jalen Williams, 2 points, 0 rebounds, and he's only 1 of 8 from the field.
0 rebounds.
Nice cut by Kugel. 5th 20-point game this season. His SEC best was 20 against Arkansas. Johni Broome, that won't go. Rebound to Houck, the freshman out of Pennsylvania.
All 4 of the bigs for the Gators just bring in this fearless, aggressive, I don't want to say arrogance, but not afraid of anybody.
Kugel
Through the baseline.
kicks it back out. Samuel will line one up for you off the back of the rim. Houck with an offensive rebound. Kugel fires. That one's a little short. And over the back foul Donaldson and Samuel.
That'll now be his 4th foul.
So that'll be the 3rd foul.
3rd foul, excuse me.
And there's a foul on
No, it didn't.
Clayton, and that almost went in over the top of the backboard. And for Clayton, that'll be his 4th.
That's a horse shot right there. Almost.
Almost got it. 10:41 to go. Baker Mazara knocking that one home. So with those 4 fouls, Clayton to the bench. 18 points for Walter.
What's so positive, if you can look at a positive, even though Walter Clayton's got 4 fouls, is that Riley Kugel has been consistent in this game. But Walter Clayton Jr. is a one-man press breaker, and now you can see that Auburn is putting the press on. This is about time that you would want to do it to try and cause some turnovers and slow down the offense.
Shut up, Bruce!
If Zion Pullen can get the ball, I believe he could break the press by himself.
Florida has led this by as many as 29 today.
I need to put on my Mark Wise hat. You got to have a middle flash to break the press.
That's a tough shot,
Wow.
but an easy tap in there for Thomas Houck.
The Gators are all over the rim on both sides of the court right now. Auburn is as well, just haven't converted as many second chance baskets.
Up ahead to Kugel, the alley-oop to Samuel, and a foul. Boy, that have brought the place down.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Chad Baker-Mazara with the foul.
Wow. Grateful neither one of the guys fell in a way to hurt themselves, because that was a high-flying experience right there. Who made that pass? Kugel? That was a perfect alley.
Here's Denver Jones. Nice take by Denver. Gets it to rattle through the cylinder. Jones up to double figures with 10.
Jones and Katie Johnson have been the most effective thus far.
Pulling with that basket now with 15. 5 rebounds and 3 assists for Zion. Janai. His first basket here in the second half.
Always tough to make a tough interior pass that close.
Kugel strong to the basket. Baker-Mazara frustrated. As Florida getting to the rim here in the second half.
Absolutely.
That foul went on Chaney Johnson, his third.
A coach can never be frustrated at any player going strong to the rim. High quality, high percentage shot creates a disadvantage if you drive to the basket, get in the paint, get it out to the extra man, and also creates better opportunities for a foul to occur, which is why the Gators have gotten to the line 18 times this game.
Auburn's 10 of 16 at the line. Florida 14 of 19. Pushing it back on Han Lockton. A little different story today in terms of post play from what Auburn saw on Wednesday night. Certainly Alabama doesn't come with the bigs that Florida can throw at you.
Absolutely. And it's interesting, even with the length that Florida has, Janai Broome is getting double teamed on the catch. Nothing is coming easy for him today as it did against Alabama.
Gators led 7-0 to get started here in the first 60 seconds of this game, and they just have never looked back. It has been a dominant performance. Tapped around right to Broome. Donald's a little crossover. Poulin trying to find a little bit of room.
There we go.
Left hand for Condon, gets it back and double teamed in the paint, gets out of there, swinging around to Richard. He'll fire for 3. No good. Condon rebound and almost tapped it again to another Gator.
You got to love the mindset, the aggressiveness on every shot, trying to get the rebound.
Definitely a foul there against Micah, hand locked in on Johni Broome. Our under 8 timeout. 6.
Each team, each year is different. How does that affect? It shouldn't affect the mentality of the new team, new year. But
it's certainly a trend.
It's certainly a trend.
Hard to argue with that.
And that was a really good Auburn team 2 years ago with Walker Kessler and Jamari Smith that are doing phenomenal in the NBA right now.
Boy, a big collision there.
Okay.
Chris Moore is still on the deck and looks like he did something to that left leg. That'll get Chad Baker-Mazara back up off the bench.
I got to tell you.
Look at the upper right portion of your screen, and oh, he just got rolled up on.
Rolled up on that ankle. Looks like. Yeah, he grabbed it. I got to tell you, I don't miss being hurt from playing basketball one bit. When I stopped playing, I said, you know what? I'm going to stick with golf.
Yes, good for you.
Great move.
Baker-Mazara, the tap from Johni Broome.
That's a fast break bucket. Only 8 of those for Auburn thus far, which is a team that loves the fast break.
Here's Kugel, team high 22 points. Only 2 Auburn Tigers in double figures. Johnson with 10, Jones with 10.
I think we're looking at this matchup zone again.
And Lockton was there for the tap, just a little too strong. Tigers quickly back down the floor. KD Johnson doing what he does. Seen that a lot over the last 4 years.
I don't even know how to describe KD Johnson because he's a little undersized. He's a microwave. He can score. You would think there's no chance with his size that he could get to the basket and get to it, but finish as much as he does around the basket. And he just has found a way to not let his size ever deter him from going in against the trees. He's certainly a guy I would have loved to play with. The level of energy and toughness that he brings.
Well, Clayton back on the floor with those 4 fouls. This Auburn team came in having won 3 in a row and 14 of their last 16. Of course, beat Alabama by 17 or 18 in Auburn. Back-to-back quad 1 wins. But it is tough to win on the road. SEC teams this year in conference games, 26 and 37 on the road.
Yeah. Because it's so difficult, it just makes winning these home games when you have opportunities for quad 1 so much more important. You have to bring your A game.
Pulling. Short, gets his own miss. Back to Kugel. Offensive foul. Condon with a moving screen. Well, I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah. And then hands up. What did I do? You moved while trying to set a screen. He's got a bright future. I really have enjoyed watching Alex Condon coming as a freshman with the level of maturity he plays. You're going to make mistakes as a freshman as any year, but he does it so aggressively. Everything he does is aggressive and confident.
Is denied. Pulling, flying down the court. He's fouled. There is no doubt, after watching almost 35 minutes of this game, that the energy level from Florida is around a 10, and Auburn just couldn't match it today.
It has to be partly to do with the rest that Auburn was not able to obtain, and having a week to prepare and think about the Auburn Tigers.
Only one game on Wednesday right here on the SEC Network. It's Top 15 matchup, though, is Meechie Johnson and South Carolina, winners of 7 in a row against this Auburn team. And Johni Broome. Coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern from Neville Arena. Well, this will push Auburn down in the standings. South Carolina and Alabama will be tied for first. There's Johni Broome knocking home that three, a shot that's really improved. He has hit 16 of those this year, shooting over 33% from behind the arc.
That's a really good shot for him, especially when it's wide open.
Kugel knew that was off the side of his hand the moment it left. Holloway.
Aden Holloway's had a little bit of struggles coming into this environment today. 0 for 5 now.
Well, you know, I mean, obviously he's a young man who's playing some grown men here. Big, strong guards for Florida that have certainly got a ton of game experience.
Absolutely, yes. But Aden has, Coach Pearl just talked about his development and adjusting to being a freshman and highly touted, that he's taken on the challenge well. He's pushed himself. He's grown.
Foul on Samuel. A hold on that rebound. That'll be the 4th on Samuel. Coach Pearl is still getting after Holloway. Teaching moment.
Teaching moment.
That's what we call that.
Absolutely. And film session is going to be fun, but that's how you get better. If Coach Pearl isn't pushing his guys and challenging them, you have to. My dad always said this. It's about the message, not the tone. Because sometimes, this is an emotional game, passionate. These coaches, players put everything into it. So sometimes things might not come out right. But there is a love and intention there to help you want to get better.
Johni misses them both.
Funny, I actually started reading A Season on the Brink.
Yes, what a great book.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow.
Bob Knight was a pretty intense character.
Man, colorful, to say the least.
Samuel.
I love this matchup between these two. No, neither one has dominated the other. They've both scored. Tyrese and Johni Broome have scored on each other, blocked each other's shots. It's a great big guy matchup right here. Similar frame.
Jalen Williams, just not his day. 2 points. The no look. Out. Boy, got hit across the forearm. And that'll take us to our under 4 timeout. Brought to you by Allstate. And, well, Riley Kugel has had a couple of mayhem moments, and this one was number 1 on the list.
Oh, without a doubt. And the steal off of the inbound, underneath underbounds from Auburn. It looks pretty. Step backs do look pretty, though.
Allen can't get the free throw to go down. Well, neither one of these teams have been good in terms of delivering the basketball for their teammates. Auburn came in leading the conference, 18 assists per game. Auburn has 6 assists today.
Oh, wow.
He's getting a little chippy on that baseline.
I had not even...
Kugel and Baker Mazzara.
And drags his foot over him as well. That's not very nice.
And they're going to go take a look to see if Kugel had a little extra something after that foul. So they're going to say no flagrant, and Baker Mazzara will just shoot some free throws. Well, I tell you what, Auburn, their schedule coming up is
Something serious.
It is all business. After this one, the Tigers will host South Carolina, host Kentucky, at Georgia, and at Tennessee. I mean, it is a tough go for Bruce Pearl and company. They better be locked in. South Carolina is the real deal.
Yes, they are. I don't think South Carolina's defense gets talked about as much. They've only allowed 70 points 3 times this season. It's remarkable.
Donaldson with a little hand check out on the perimeter. Donaldson's talking to Bart Lennox, and Bart says, it's a foul. It is a foul. Part of the freedom of movement can't impede the ball handler out on the perimeter.
Right.
Pula knocks home that free throw. The Gators, until that loss at Texas A&M, in which they had a 13-point lead in that game, had won 4 straight. So they won 4 of the last 5, trying to make it 5 of 6. They have played 3 overtime games this year, including a double OT game against Michigan.
That's right. That was a good one.
Don't think we're going to get overtime today. Alley-oop. Oh, that was a nice play. And Jalen Williams, his first basket since early in this game.
Since that really tough left-hand hook shot he took earlier on.
Just 4 points for Jalen Williams coming off that career-high 26.
I think it's a little too early for the Alex Klasky substitution.
Kugel, short, loose rebound, and bumped. KD Johnson. Tell Kugel might be getting a little tired. These last few of his shots have been short.
Those are the shots, not just specifically to him, but for the team. That offensive possession, the ball didn't move at all. He didn't create a lot of space, didn't touch the paint. Can he make the shot? Yes. Is it the best for the team in any situation? Probably not, unless you have to.
Going to stay with Auburn.
Let's see if Coach Pearl, what he's going to draw up here coming out of this timeout. It's so crazy, man. You know, growing up here, being a Gator, competing against a lot of these coaches and their programs, you kind of don't have a care for them in a sense, but now being on this side and seeing how they coach, seeing how they love their players, seeing the standards of which every coach is, it just gives you such a great appreciation, and I'm grateful for that insight we get to see.
Here's Clayton.
Surprised that one didn't go up.
Something tells me it's going to go up right here, though. Blocked by Broom, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Yeah, he passed up an open 3.
Right. Broom is, we have to remember, he is second in the league in blocks to Marion Sharp. I believe he is at 2.6 a game, Janai?
2.6.
There we go.
Good memory.
Right on the head. Man, remember with Walker Kessler and Jabari?
Oh,
my goodness.
Couldn't get a shot up and around the paint. Just couldn't do it. Donaldson. It's that one to go.
And then Walker Kessler started shooting threes as well, so it's just like, what are you going to do with a guy like that?
Well, the Auburn Tigers, despite this loss, will still have a chance to win an SEC championship. Of course, won it in 18 with Coach Pearl, won it in 2022. They're not out of it, but this is one of those that might sting for a little bit. Pulling. Another one that's short, tapped around. And Pulling goes right at Johni Broome, and
A lot of contact there.
there's a reach-in foul. Chad Baker-Mazara hasn't fouled anybody today.
Right.
Right.
That was pretty physical there at the basket.
Handlocked him, might have twisted a little ankle there as he limps over toward that Gator bench.
Handlock is really impressing me with how he was able to get back into the lineup after having a sprained ankle he was dealing with. That he missed a few games early in the season, and then was trying to find your groove and your role again. And he's playing exactly the way they need him to. Finishing around the rim, offensive rebounding, protecting the basket, running the floor, staying out of foul trouble. I'm telling you, when Zion, Walter, and Kugel, they don't have to have these exact numbers, but when they are in double-figure guys that are turning teams over, this team has a great chance to win. They'll be in every game.
Todd Golden gonna enjoy this one. 30 seconds to play, and that one is deflected in the backcourt. 10 seconds for Baker-Mazara. Inside to Broome, and he'll get the basket.
I wonder, does Coach Golden mess with Bruce Pearl with their close friendship relationship and joke with him a little bit? We kicked your butt.
Probably not. That stuff comes full circle.
Right, it sure does.
The pupil gets the best of teacher here in Gainesville as the Gators improved to 10-1 at home this year, 4-1 in SEC play. That lone loss to Kentucky by 2. A fantastic performance by Florida. Two good friends hug, and one of his better friends, Stephen Pearl, there as well. They played together some basketball back in 2009. So what a day for Florida basketball.